America can try as much as it wants, but stopping India today is not easy because this time it's not just about oil. It's about supercomputers, satellite tracking, naval intelligence, all failing at once. And this shocking revelation didn't come from India, it came from Finland. The Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air, CREA, released a report that has shaken Washington, the G7, and Europe. And the report says something unbelievable. India has bought 5.4 million tons of Russian oil in just 9 months, using ships that no navy in the world can track. Not the US Navy, not NATO, not the European Maritime Surveillance Network, nobody. These are what the report calls shadow fleet ships, ships that are practically ghosts. No GPS, no AIS tracking, no transparent ownership, often sailing under fake foreign flags, sometimes switching flags mid-ocean, and often transferring cargo between ships in the middle of the sea, invisible to the world. It's like a car with no plates, no papers, driving at midnight through a desert, and somehow never being spotted by the police. For years, Russia, Iran, Venezuela, and several African nations have used shadow fleets to bypass Western sanctions. But this is the first time it has been officially revealed that Russia's shadow fleet successfully delivered millions of tons of oil directly to India, right under the nose of global surveillance. And here's the twist that shocked America. India didn't consider any of this illegal. Why? Because India follows only UN-approved sanctions. G7 sanctions are not international law. They're just political declarations. And guess what? The UN never imposed any ban on Russian oil. So under international law, India buying Russian oil, even via ghost ships, is 100% legal. The CREA report even exposes another uncomfortable truth for Washington. A few weeks ago, US officials claimed that pressure from America forced India to drastically cut Russian oil imports. But the Finnish data says something very different. India's imports fell by less than 4%, which means if India bought 100 barrels earlier, it is still buying 96 barrels now. That's not a real decline. That's basically no change. So America's public messaging, just political optics, not reality. And here's why this matters. The US has already sanctioned 3 major cheap oil suppliers: Iran, Venezuela, Russia. These countries provide affordable crude that developing nations depend on. But Washington wants the world to buy more expensive Western oil instead. India flipped the script. India chose cheap Russian oil, brought down domestic fuel prices, controlled inflation, strengthened its economy, and kept its energy supply secure because India believes energy security is the sovereign right of every developing nation. And here's where things get even more dramatic. The CREA report explains how the shadow fleet works. GPS turned off, AIS tracking disabled, nighttime route switching, ship-to-ship cargo transfer, fake flags, ownership papers swapped mid-journey, 25 to 30-year-old tankers used to avoid regulation. They're not using AI. They're not using futuristic stealth tech. They're using old-school tricks that outsmart modern surveillance technology. And in the end, 5.4 million tons of Russian oil reached India. No navy detected it, no satellite stopped it, no Western monitoring system caught it. This is exactly what is worrying Washington. But for India, the calculation is simple. Cheap oil, stable prices, strong economy, long-term energy security. If the shadow fleet delivers it legally, India will take it. Because India doesn't make decisions based on Western pressure. It makes decisions based on the interest of 1.4 billion Indians. Finland's report has now made one thing absolutely clear. India cannot be pressured. India cannot be cornered. And India's strategy is outsmarting every geopolitical move the United States is making. This isn't just an oil story. This is a story of global power shift. A story of a nation that refuses to bend. A story of how India is rewriting the rules of international energy politics. And this time, the world is watching.